Most detailers I talk to say that they have the same three problems. One, I don't have enough leads. Two, oh, the market is just bad. The economy isn't good right now in my area. They just won't pay more than $150 for a detail. But the harsh reality is 9 times out of 10, the thing that's holding them back, that's the bottleneck from reaching their goals and their ambitions, is themselves. Now, what do I mean by that? Their detailing skills might be stellar. They might be the best detailer in the country, in the world, whatever it is. But none of that matters if they don't possess these three vital skills. And those are marketing, sales, and delegation. So by the end of this video, you will walk away with a complete understanding of the 5-step framework that my sales rep and I use to book on average $1,600 ceramic coating jobs, $450 full details, and $6,000 PPF jobs. So the first step of our 5-pillar framework is going to be speed to lead. Now, whoever gets the lead first usually gets the sale. 90% of customers are simply going to choose whichever person gets back to them first. So right away, one of the highest leverage things that takes no skill at all, you just have to be consistent, is to get to your leads within 5 minutes. Okay? Leads go cold fast. If you wait even 30 minutes, your odds of closing drop by over 70%. So what we do is we use a text and a call combo. Something simple, like, hey, this is Oscar from Car Canes. Just saw you requested info on a coating. Are you free for a quick call? That's one way to do it. The other way that we do it is we just reach out and confirm that it's the right phone number. Now this does two things. One, it introduces you and they're more likely to pick up the call. But two, if they're on iPhone, what's going to happen is that when you call, instead of just being a random number, it's actually going to say maybe and then whatever name you introduce yourself as in that text message. So that is huge. Now, on top of this, we double dial to make sure that we actually get through to them. And if we don't get in touch with them initially, we double dial them daily and leave voicemails. We want to do at least one text and one call every single day until we reach out to them. Now, the second stage of our framework is going to be the discovery phase. The goal here is just to start to understand kind of what they're reaching out for, just get basic ideas or basic details. And the second step of our framework, so the second step of the framework is going to be the discovery phase. Now, in the discovery phase, our goal is to ask before we tell. We don't want to say, oh, hey, you just need this package. We don't want to jump to conclusions. We are going slow. We are finding out basic details about the vehicle so that we can give them the best package that fits their needs. Now, the trick in the discovery phase is to not only just get the information you need, but figure out what their pain points are. If we can understand specifically why they want their car ceramic coated, why they want it paint corrected, or why they need the interior detailed, we can use that to then come back in and anchor the sale when we give the pitch. So some examples are going to be like, how do you typically take care of your vehicle? Have you had a vehicle coated in the past? How's the paint's condition? We don't want to dive into that too much, but just to get an idea so we can give a proper quote. And then we can ask like, hey, what's your priority? Like, what even got you interested in ceramic coating? Like, don't be scared to be curious about the prospect, right? So once we have the information we need, we're going to move on to assuming the close. Now, before we can assume the close, obviously we have to pitch them. So what this looks like is once we feel like we have the proper pain points, we'll say, hey, is it all right if I kind of break down the service that I think fits, would fix the scratches, protect it, and kind of keep that resale value? Perfect. And then you would go into your pitch on whatever package it is you feel is best for them. You go through that, you ask them, hey, I mean, does everything sound good with that? Is there anything that you'd like to add in or that maybe doesn't have already that you wanted? You're like, oh, well, yeah, I could probably do the engine bay too, right? It's like, got it. So we'll take care of the engine bay for you. And this is the super important part. We need to assume the close. People don't buy because they understand. They buy because they feel understood. If you can properly relay exactly what they wanted in the discovery phase during your pitch, they will feel confident that they're getting what they want and be more open to purchasing on the spot. So what this looks like is assuming the close. Got it. Based on what you told me, I'd recommend the 5-year ceramic package like we talked about. Now I have 2 openings for next week. I have one on Thursday and one on Friday. Which one would work best for you? So what we're doing right there is we're assuming the close. we are going straight into it, and we're also creating scarcity by having only 2 options on the schedule. So there are 2 things that can happen once we give the pitch. Number 1, they purchase, we collect the deposit and schedule them. Number 2, they have some sort of objection. By handling the objections, what that lets us do is capture market share. Now, let's say 80% of your market of other detailers in your area do not do anything in the objection handling. Let's say 20% do, right? What happens is that top 20% that's already doing it, they might own like 40% of the market in your area. But that other 60% is taken up by the 80% of detailers who are not taking advantage of things like speed to lead and objection handling. So what that means is that, hey, we might not grab the 30% that the other top shops have, but we don't need to, because we can take the 60 or 70% market share that the competitors that aren't even doing the speed to lead are taking up currently and outsize the current largest shop in your area. Now, once we've handled the objections, if they say something like that's too expensive, we just walk through it, because if it's too expensive for them, it's either not what they wanted or it was more than they can afford. What we can do is we can either add value if the price is not the issue, or we can subtract items and make concessions for them. Like, well, what I can do for you, we don't discount our packages, but if you really want to be around $1,200 instead of $1,500, what I can do for you is remove the glass coating and remove the wheel coating. So what that's going to do is it's going to get you right in at $1,195. We can collect the deposit today, and then you will still have the vehicle protected. The resale value will still be there, blah, 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 right? So that is huge. Handling objections is super powerful and something that you can take advantage of that most of your competitors are not. Now, even when we follow up even when we handle objections, we are still going to get prospects that do not buy on that first call. And now it's all in the follow-up. By following up consistently, by following up professionally, and by having a system in place to hold ourselves accountable to this, we will close out 30 to 40% of the people we talk to. And that is why follow-up is king. So 80% of sales happen after the 5th touch. So just think about that. How many customers have you had 5 interactions with before purchasing? And how many customers have you had 1 or 2 interactions with and then you gave up because they never responded to you? And we can do all sorts of things like sending proof, sending photos of similar cars, sending testimonials, sending specific offers. If we can get them back on the phone, we can even offer them a kind of capped deal where it's like, hey, like if we do the deposit now, since I need to fill the spot, it's going to get filled by the end of the day. But if you're willing to fill it for me right now, what I can do is I can add on the wheel coating for free. Usually that's $250. Is that something that works for you, right? So we're incentivizing making the decision now. We're building that urgency, and it's putting a little bit of pressure into the situation. So this is a lot to implement. I do have a couple of bonus things here. So a couple of automations that we use to kind of streamline this process are going to be auto reply and speed to lead, which is where they get an instant text email and it rings my sales rep's phone and connects the call immediately to that prospect. So we automate getting to them within 5 minutes. The second one, when you start to have multiple sales reps, is using a round robin lead assignment. So it's basically just sending the new leads to whoever is available at that moment. Now, we also do a follow-up drip, which is where the first couple of days we're sending them multiple texts and multiple call reminders. And then through the next month, we are sending them nurture offers to loop them back in if they haven't responded to us or if they haven't really closed yet. So that's continuing to build the desire in the back of their minds for it. Now, we also do a missed call text back. You guys probably have some of that. And then we do integrate YourAble and Go High Level together. That lets us use our pipeline and status tracking in a way that allows us to send out automated messages when they reach different levels of our sales process within YourAble and within Go High Level. These are all super useful things that you can add in to your sales process. I hope that this sales process was helpful to you. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. Thank you for watching.